Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. New Horizon Lawn Care here today. We are going to be looking at the long-range outlook for basically the end of November into December. Now, I haven't done one of these for a while, actually since my winter weather outlook slash last winter. But we're going to start getting into doing these more often. Especially with winter coming and snow plowing, and I know I've got a bunch of people out there that follow me that are snow plowers and all that, so you guys want the up-to-date information. And you guys know I won't lie to you. So, we're going to make this simple. We're just going to run through the model data. This is the noon run of the November 11th time frame. So, we're just going to go ahead and kind of show you. We're starting to warm back up here, and I am forecasting for central Illinois, but we will do the entire map here just so if you kind of know where you're at, say if you're over here, and you can kind of see what the data is suggesting for your area. But I am basically going to show and talk more about central Illinois, Indiana area. Whoops. So, here we go. Again, we're starting to warm back up here. We've had two and a half days of cold. We had about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of snow. And now it's melted, and we're warming back up. They're talking 70s here by the end of the week, and I don't disagree with that. I think it's going to be very warm, but I don't think it hangs around. I think the pattern that we're getting ready to be into, guys, is going to be something different than we have seen. We have not seen an end of November to, going into December the way that things are looking, and I'll show you here. We're going to kind of progress this as you see. All the storms have got some high pressure in place down here. We've got 1024 high pressure, or 1024. Pretty quiet right now, and I think it's going to be pretty quiet for a while. So enjoy, get out there and get that lawn cleaned up, get your leaves cleaned up, get your leaf cleanups done, all that good stuff. I think it's going to be quite the good week and next week. There is a chance that we see some rain to the south towards the end of the weekend. However, I don't know. Was looking a couple days ago like we were really going to get slammed. We are on the European model, by the way. This is the noon run of the European. As you can see right here on the 15th, 16th, we do have a little trough trying to push in. It doesn't push in like what we just experienced, but a little cooler weather towards the 15th, 16th, 17th, sometime frame right in there. And you can also see there is a little bit of a disturbance. There's a little bit of low pressure up here towards the Great Lakes, and that extends further south. It brings us a little bit of light rain. We could be looking at, some light rain and some sprinkles, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, some thunderstorms maybe in Indiana and Ohio. I know Ohio could use some rain. I've got a few friends over that way. So as you can see, as that pushes in, all these northeastern states can be looking at some cold wear, maybe even some decent little snowstorm out of that. It warms back up. Now, the 18th, European shows some storms. This might be a time frame that we have to keep an eye on for severe weather. And we haven't had severe weather in a good long while. We have been kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Lacking in the severe weather. But hey, nobody complains about severe weather because, we'd rather have the rain. So we've got to keep an eye on the 18th through the 19th time frame, 17th, 18th, 19th, depending on where you're at. You see that moves off. Definitely lots of severe weather breaking out down here from Texas, probably from the Fort Worth, Houston area, all the way up to Indiana, the Ohio Valley, up in that area there. And then it breaks up again as the low pressure comes close, if this was to pan out. Again, not a forecast, just showing what the models are showing. And then it moves off. So rainy period between the 17th and possibly even the 20th for Indiana, Ohio, and Illinois. So as you can see, we move off. Look at this trough we got. This is the 21st. And it digs. It digs. These are 500 millibars in the atmosphere. So that's a couple thousand feet up. But and then it kind of warms up. So another blast of cold air. Winter is trying to take hold here, and it is trying to show us what it's made of. And I really think as we get into December, I really think, look out, guys. I think we're going to be looking at some pretty crazy weather. Definitely make sure you got your snowplows ready. We're currently waiting on some parts for ours. Not broken, just adding some stuff to it. But stay tuned, there'll be a video out on that. Again, we have another blast here. This is around the 22nd as it comes through. And here comes another blast. The 540 line is generally your freeze line, your 32-degree line. Not always, but generally. Depends on how far up the cold is, if that comes down to the surface. I believe this is a surface map, so this would be surface temperatures. So, as you can see, going to be cold pretty much the week of Thanksgiving, but I think as we get into Thanksgiving, it warms up. As you can see, this low pressure down here in the panhandle of Texas starts to move northward, and as it does, it brings some warm air with it. Here we are, day before Thanksgiving, probably one of the busiest travel days of the year. So Iowa, Nebraska, parts of Minnesota, down into Oklahoma. You guys could be looking at some, parts of even Texas could be looking at some storm, severe weather out of that. Stay tuned for more on that. And that's the end of the run. Now, if this low pressure continues to go this way, definitely going to be a pretty good snowstorm, probably around the Great Lakes. Could even get the lake effect snow machine going again and all that. So definitely going to be paying attention. If this kind of pans and goes this way, we could be bringing that cold in. And it could be, we could be looking at some storms in our area. But I think at this time, we're going to be looking at if this pans out, we'll be on the warm side of this, I believe. But, you can see the mix line right here. So, and this is a couple weeks out, so take this with a grain of salt. Don't necessarily have to buy into that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Of course, we've got the GFS 18 run is coming in. We're going to switch this to the 12Z, and we'll use this. Okay. Get it up here where you guys can see it better. So this is the American model. This is the GFS. As you can see, it comes in basically the same setup. We got some model agreement. We got a huge ridge spiking out here in the west, and normally when you get a ridge, you get that forces that cold air down. Well, it's not a big ridge. It's not going way up into Canada. The more and more it goes up into Canada, the more and more you'll see this trough try to cut down in this area. Right now, it's staying off to our northeast. So that's going to allow for the warm up. As you see, high pressure in control, keeping us dry and warm. So enjoy these few days, because I think the end of the month is definitely going to be wild. And yeah, as you can see, the kind of has the same story. Here we are at the 17th. This is where I told you we could have some storms. It's not picking up on the severity of it. The European does really good on picking out spots, and the high res data as we get closer will pick up on that. It's just showing some individual spots of storms, so we got to keep an eye on that. It's a 1007 millibar low pressure. Pretty strong low pressure there as it builds. 1008, 1009, and it stays to about 1010 as it gets off to the coast. But as you can see, as it moves closer to the coast, it gets a little bit more intense. And as you can see, there might even be some snow showers, Iowa and into northern Illinois, Indiana, and parts of Ohio. So as that moves off, you can see high pressure comes back into play, but it starts to move off, and then we get our next storm. This is a storm between the 18th, 17th, 18th, 19th. People in Texas, I've actually got a friend that lives down there. Going to be paying attention close to this him because he's in Fort Worth area, so he I mean, this here looks to go linear. If we have some severe storms, linear just means wind. You're not going to get so much tornadoes. This would be the tornado spec. If these can turn into supercells and you get all these in little pockets to be strong, then you're looking at supercells. That's a linear setup there. That would be less tornadoes, more wind. You can still get a tornado to spin up on the leading edge of these, but it's less likely. So if you want no tornadoes, you want stuff to go linear. As you can see here, it kind of moves. We got a little bit of it trying to break up, some other cells developing there. Not a forecast. Stay tuned. I'll let you know if any of that severe weather comes into play. And you can see here, Illinois, Indiana, depending on which way this low tracks, if it tracks further north, that brings the severe weather more into our area. So we've got to pay attention to what that is doing. Again, that moves off to the northeast and goes out to sea. So we have that. As you can see there's another system here coming up. As you can see, the Gulf has got a good storm track coming out of it. And that's why I think December is going to be probably snowy and stormy. Active pattern coming here, folks. We have not seen an active December in years. And that's why I said in my winter weather outlook, I think we could have a white Christmas. Because we have not had a technical white Christmas here since 2010, I believe. So as you can see, that moves up into the area here, and this here could be a potential storm. This is right around the 24th, so we will have to see what that does and how that pans out. Not 100% sure what that's going to do, but it moves off, and as you can see here, the GFS is picking up on another cold blast. This is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, so if this comes to pass, we could have some lake effect snow showers and all that. So this is not a forecast. This is 342 hours out. This is more than 10 days away. Do not take this to heart, okay? This is just showing you what the modeling is. I'm sure next model run, this will not look like this. So just kind of showing you that there's a potential we could have another big cold blast towards the end of November, right around Thanksgiving time. This here would put us probably daytime temperatures in the upper 40s, maybe low 40s, depending on where you're at, and probably in the 30s at night, maybe even 20s. So again, we'll see what happens there and all that, but that's the end of the model run. We will go in and I'll show you the winter weather aspect side of this, and we'll go total snowfall. Let's do this one. Okay, so this is going to show us the total snowfall for the tendency of the model run. Again, this is the noon run. So, ba-ba-boom. So between now and the 27th, other than maybe some snow showers and out west, I think we're fine. Because it's showing 0 here for me, maybe an inch over this way. Ohio, maybe an inch. We're getting into 2 over here. But Nebraska and Colorado, Wyoming, Iowa, Minnesota, Montana, you guys are looking at some pretty good snows. Idaho, even down into parts of northern in the mountains areas of Arizona. Even parts of the mountains over in California, you could see some, I mean, they're talking 52 inches of snow up in the higher elevations. So, yeah. Now we'll see, this is the GFS. I'll move this back to the Canadian, or the European. Total snowfall for the European model. Pretty much similar deals. Whoops, backed it off too far. Iowa gets hit, like northern and central and western Iowa, anywhere between 3 to 13 inches. That's what this model is showing. Not saying that's going to happen. This is just what data is showing. But as you can see, as we start to move progressor into the month, look at the snow move in. I mean, here we are, 11th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Here's the 25th, 26th, the big travel day for those of you going for your families and stuff. So, I mean, Yeah, there's some snow potential. As you can see, though, it kind of goes from nothing to this. I only think it's going to get more. Now, another reason why I'm thinking this winter is going to be colder is because look at all this snowpack we have up here in Canada. All that cold, as that cold air comes across it, it modifies and causes even more cold. So it gets even colder as the cold air comes from up there and moves down here. So that's going to allow more cold air to come in. I really think the polar vortex has some influence on our winter. I think it's going to get sometimes too cold where it can't snow, or if it does, it's going to evaporate before it melts to the ground. But yeah, crazy weather we've got coming here, guys. Again, I thank you guys so much for watching. We've got some cool snow dog stuff coming up on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Share this with your friends. Share this with your family. Maybe keep an eye to the weather right around Thanksgiving time. We really haven't had a bad Thanksgiving in a while. But so far right now, it's looking like we're clear of snow, other than maybe some rain, which I think the last time I went to my family's Thanksgiving in St. Louis, I think we had some misty rain and stuff that day. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much. That's going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to, hit the subscribe button, join the New Horizon Lawn Care family here, and I hope you guys will check out the other videos and subscribe and support the channel. We're getting super close to 1,000 subscribers. I would love to see that hit before the new year, so we can start the year with 1,000. Again, I want to thank all of the new subscribers that we have gotten recently. You guys have been super awesome, and can't wait to show you guys some cool stuff this winter. We're actually working on something really cool with Buyer Products and Snow Dog, and we've got something really cool to bring you, so can't wait. So thanks for watching again. See you guys in the next one.